Yeah, Nas, what's going on?
Ain't much, ain't much. I'm about to head to the Best Buy right now.
The mirrorless lens way. But yes, top of the morning, man. We are here, back. Happy Turkey Day to everybody. This is the Source Experience, the news by Shanewz, media, marketing, management, consulting services. So, a lot has been going on, man. A lot. We don't know if we're getting these fights. The father son duel. I'm talking about the Schofield. They jumped out there. They said the fights was a go, but then we seen De La Hoya do the clap back Thursday, and he kind of shitted on them. So not really shitted on them, but that's what we're going to talk about, right? And I want to highlight. Matter of fact, let me see. I can pull it up. I can pull these things up. Why do I say I need to highlight? I was about to go to the phone. For what? I'm here. I'm at the studio. Why do I need to go to the phone? I do the phone when I'm in the car, right? I'm not in the car right now, right? I am not in the car. I don't need to do that. I am here. See, sometimes I be forgetting because I'm always on the move, right? Um, so you know, the proposal came up across the board, right? About Schofield and Shakur possibly fighting, right? So Oscar De La Hoya has social media in an uproar because I'm gonna play it on the clapback Thursday. He kind of shitted on the fight, and he has people already reporting that he's blocking the fight, but he can't block the fight. If remember, I spoke about this. He's the promoter. He didn't make the offer. Eddie Hearns made the offer. What he could do is what he did. He could shit on the offer. He could advise his fighter not to take the fight, which is pretty much seems like he is doing, right? For those of y'all that know, that's what he's basically doing by him saying that Kid Austin is a 22-year-old prospect, and the fact that Eddie Hearns does not know how to build a fighter because he wants his champion fighter in Shakur Stevenson to fight Oscar prospect. But Floyd Schofield and Senior and Junior talked themselves into this fight. They did. They did a wonderful job of campaigning, right? That's the good word to use, right? Campaigning for this fight. And now they have an opportunity. Now their promoter isn't in agreement with the opportunity, and rightfully so, right? Because he is the promoter. He knows his, and I say this respectfully. He knows his product, right? Kid Austin is his product, right? And I'm saying that in a good terms, right? But he doesn't think Kid Austin is ready. And that's what that clapback was basically about. And it was shitting on the fight. But my whole thing is this, right? And shout out to Gumball earlier when I was walking my dogs, mentioned this. Frank Martin got an opportunity to fight Tank Davis. Frank Martin wasn't ready. A lot of guys don't be ready, but they get the opportunity, right? Remember, let's use Oscar, right? I don't even have this in my notes, but I'm gonna put this in my notes, right? Oscar, you fought a guy that wasn't ready. And Fernando Vargas, remember they moved Fernando Vargas quick. Shout out to Fernando Vargas. Met him in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Him and his sons, real official, sturdy dude. But remember Oscar De La Hoya and Fernando Vargas fought back in the day. Fernando Vargas was not ready. He was rather green. But that fight was made, and it was a big fight. And I believe Oscar subsequently stopped him, right? He stopped him. But that was a big fight. So why you shitting on this guy, right? And I gotta stick up for the brothers, man. I like to see the brothers eat, especially when I hear the story, the backstory that they lived with roaches. Because I'm somebody that lived with roaches. I know that upbringing, right? I know that upbringing of having roaches in your home and not living in a motel. I didn't live in a motel, but we lived in the projects. We did, we had hard times. So when I hear the Schofield story of homelessness and living in roach-infested motels and things like that, and now I see them with an opportunity to make good money and possibly become a world champion, I'm like, when the door opens, sometimes you might not be ready, but if you have the opportunity to walk through the door, you got to walk through. And this is an opportunity to walk through the door. Now, Oscar does not think he's ready, and he may not be ready. I don't think he's ready. But I think he campaigned and he talked himself into a fight. So I feel that he deserves it, right? And if the offer, like we've seen the father and him was on the Boxing Voice as well as Cigar Talk TV, and they were comfortable with the offer, why not give them the fight, man? But let's get to what Shakur said. This was funny to me, right? For you guys that's over here. Hold on, we'll get to this one. That is my cousin. Super proud of him. 30-something years ago, he became a world champion. Changed his life forever. That was Buddy McGirt. Here goes the clapback Thursday. We're gonna play that. This is Shakur though. Let's go to this right now. Let's see. Let's get to this post. This is what Shakur posted in response to Oscar's clapback.
To happen until William injured his hand while fighting Tevin Farmer last weekend. Bruh. So you would naturally think Shakur would start targeting, I don't know, a Frank Martin or a Murataya, some other world champion, right? No. Shakur and Lone Samedi made an offer to my 22-year-old prospect, Kid Austin, who has no world championship experience.
Come on, man.
This is exactly what I mean when I say Eddie doesn't know how to build a career world champion. And in his first fight with Matthew, you actually want to put him in with a prospect, Eddie?
Come on now, dog.
I didn't think it could get any lower for you, but it does. And that brings me to my next. Another news.
All right, let's stop it. Look what Shakur says, right? Then I'm going to really analyze and break this down. So Shakur's response to this clapback Thursday and says Oscar De La Protection Program, and I never called on that little dude to fight. That dude said my name over and over, which is correct. They can't. That's why I said they campaigned for this fight until I couldn't take it no more. Had to check these soft niggas' temperatures. Shakur, man, it's just, man, that's the Newark in him, I guess. He said he checked these soft niggas' temperatures. Auntie, go to a little Shoto, damn. Auntie Schofield and little Schofield, don't ever mention my name again. You You're welcome for the free publicity. Man. Man. But yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad. Because the promoter, like I said, Oscar De La Hoya, basically, he's not blocking the fight. He shitted on the fight. Because the promoter works for the fighter. If these guys want to fight, the fight is going to happen. But he's basically letting the world know already that his fight is not ready. That's what that clapback was. That's what that clapback was. It really devalued. Oscar De La Hoya did a YouTube boxing move. You know how I talk about YouTube boxing content creators not being good for boxing? That's what Oscar just did, right? He shitted on the fight before the fight was even signed, sealed, and delivered or announced. He basically told us that his guy's not ready. And look, and I want to say this too, man. Shout out to you, Oscar, but you're wrong. Your guy's not a prospect. He's a contender. He has a belt, right? He has a WBA something. He's ranked number 2 in the WBA. So how's he a prospect? He's a contender. If that's the case, he should not be ranked that high in the WBA, nor should he have that sort of a belt. But I get it though. You know, now on this side of the spectrum or the fence, I get what you're doing. You know that he's not ready. You know that he's not like that. Like I like to say, he's not like that. But yeah, you know that he's not ready. But at the end of the day, don't knock his opportunity. He's 22 years old. If he goes out there and gets mollywopped and embarrassed, he can learn from this and he can bounce back. But I think you are trying to build him up to be a champion, which you are supposed to do as his promoter. So I don't knock your hustle, but I just see what you're doing. And I wish that more fans, especially YouTube boxing fans, that call themselves players, right? Because everybody's a player on YouTube. But the difference between real players and fake players and the real players is real players have the stats. A lot of these YouTube guys, they don't have the stats. They have views. Nowadays, views are stats, depending on who you are and how you carry it. Me personally, I don't get the views that deem me to be credible to them, but they don't get the views that I get to be credible as a player. If you know what I mean, man. But so Oscar really shit canned this fight. He did not block it because as Floyd and Floyd Sr., they can still take the fight. They are the fighters. The promoter works for the fighter. Yes, they are signed to Oscar. Now, Oscar was the one making the offer. You already know this fight would not happen. But Oscar did not make the offer. Let's not lose sight of that. Let me write that down for you guys, right? The offer came from Matchroom. And I'm going to play the audio back one more time so you can hear it. That is what Oscar, see, a lot of you guys sit online, right? You talk boxing, but you're not talking it or understanding or listening, right? If you listen and you know what you're doing and you are a real player, Oscar did not block a damn thing. What Oscar basically did was shit on it. The offer was made by Matchroom. Oscar clearly states you are sending an offer or a deal in place to a 22-year-old prospect. Why not send those offers to guys like Frank Martin, he mentioned, right? He mentioned Raymond Maillottaya and somebody else. So he's not blocking the fight. What he is basically doing is an Al Heyman. He's advising, right? He just advised his guy that he's not ready. In so many words, he told them, you're not ready. I have plans for you. I'm going to build you into a champion, right? I don't think you're ready for Shakur. That's basically what he said, man. In a nutshell. Are you guys following that? A couple of y'all over here, feel free to comment, man. Don't get quiet, man. Don't get quiet. This is boxing talk right now, man. This is boxing talk, man. We talk boxing over here, man. Everybody talks boxing on the internet, but we really talk it over here. And I have the time today. Like I said, I'm chilling. I had time today, man. I was just chopping it up with my papers. Nas, man. Shout out to Nas. Nas is at Best Buy right now getting his camera. He's getting his setup on. Right? So we are all moving and grooving. I told him, let me know which one you get. Because I'm telling you, I'm seriously about to buy a camera, man. Feel free to donate too, man. Hold on. Let me put my stuff up, man. Match the funds, man. I'm trying to get the funds matched because I want to get this mirrorless camera. I've been grinding hard, man. I've been going hard in the paint, man. Hit the Cash App. Let's see. Let's see how we are sounding. Do 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 do. Let's see how we are sounding. Oh, we sound crystal clear. That sounds good, doesn't it? Yes, it does. We sound good over there. And we looking good. Oh, we looking good on the behind the scenes too. Turtle, hello. See, you see the board, the big board out there? I'm not even using it. I'm not even using the board today. I could roll it in here if I need it, but I don't need it, man. I'm not going to the board today. But you see the board is right there, man. Y'all don't want to take the class anyway. You know, let's pin that, right? No Shah, yes. That is the Cash App right there. That was the behind the scenes. Right? But yeah, so back over here. Let me share this. Hold on. We got a lot going on in here, man. So Oscar basically didn't block the fight. He's just letting it be known that his guy's not going to win. But if you watch the real players that's speaking on this, right, they kind of told us, they pretty much told us this, man, because they are out here, the actual players, they are out here. Like I seen Jamel Herring speak about it, right? I seen it's a lot of guys, and they're saying there's levels, and you know that it is. There's levels, man. Like Kid Austin is not on that level yet, man. And I'm not taking nothing away from the guy. He may get there one day, but right now, the way he has been developed, moved, right? He's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. But a lot of guys aren't ready for Shakur Stevenson, man. It's just not a Kid Austin. Because I was speaking on this early, and I'm, now that I'm here at the desk, I want to break it down even more, right? There's a reason why. And don't listen to these guys that, like I said, do absolutely nothing in boxing, right? They're programmed bums and dummies, and just, they really need to get it in gear, right? There's a reason why Shakur Stevenson doesn't get fights. And it has nothing to do with selling and all of this, right? The reason why, oh man, 12, damn, that's an hour away. Millie City's gonna have the father on. I'll probably try to stay in here and check it out, but I don't know. These guys are messy. I'll probably do a reaction. But Millie City's gonna have Kid Austin and his father on at 12 Eastern to respond to the clapback Thursday. But there's a reason why Shakur Stevenson is avoided and doesn't get fights, right? Now, prior to the Williams Cepeda, I want to speak on that right now, right? Williams Cepeda, and this is how you know people don't really watch boxing, their program. So William Cepeda was on Shakur's helmet, so to say, right? But then he just fought Tevin Farmer, slick Philadelphia fighter, right? he didn't look like a killer. He got the win, but he did not look like a killer, right? Subsequently, he hurt his hand in that fight. But now the energy to fight Shakur isn't quite the same. You know why? Because the Tevin Farmer, a much older, slicker type of fighter, not only dropped him, but he did not look like what I said. Prior to him calling out Shakur and fighting, what's his name? You had a lot of content characters, not creators, content characters, thinking that William Zepeda, who to me, right, listen, I do this, I study, I pay attention. Maybe one day I could be a matchmaker, right? William Zepeda is just like the Oscar Valdez. We watched Oscar Valdez fight Shakur, right? Oscar Valdez, pressure fighter, throws a lot of punches, right? Couldn't do nothing with Shakur. We watched Edward De Los Santos, another guy who they said hits hard and does all these things. Couldn't even get to Shakur. Now, the fans that are programmed crash dummies online with accounts said Shakur ran these fights. Right? He ran. Now, as a boxer, you're in a square ring. It's like I'm in a square studio cubicle setting right now. As a boxer, stick and move around, right? The other fighter's job is to get to you. So when people always run with that narrative that Shakur runs, why are the other fighters letting him run? They don't know how to cut the ring off, right? Or Shakur is just that nice at running. See, it's like if you really are a fan of boxing, know what you're watching, right? And I'm not even sticking up for Shakur. I'm not. I'm just, I'm speaking emotion. Because dudes be on here so programmed, crash dummied out that they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They be mad at Shakur for not getting hit. They're mad at Shakur because the guys he's fighting can't hit him. No, be mad at those guys that their team, their coaching staff, they're not putting together a proper game plan to cut the ring off to make Shakur not be able to run. Right? But hey, what do I know? And I think a lot of these guys, the Tate Davises, now the William Zepedas, and all of these guys, they use the media or the crash dummies to try to downplay the fact that they possibly believe they can't crack that code either. Right? So what do? They get dummies, they get bums, they get all these people to come online and make it seem like Shakur isn't a good fighter to watch. Shakur is boring. Shakur is all these things. But when you look at the actual people that's in the sports, the other players, whether it's Terrence Crawford or Jamel Herring or even Timothy Bradley, right? These are hitters, right? When they speak on Shakur, not fans, not non-players, non-stat guys, when they speak on Shakur, they talk about distance and angles and how he makes guys look bad. Yeah, he makes them look bad because the fans, the crash dummies, the non-players say that he's running. But last time I checked, if you're in the like right now, if somebody came in here, this would be a real shoebox little ring, but it's still squared off, right? If you're in a square, it's only so much running you can do in a square. There's only so much running you can do in a square. Last time I checked, they say Shakur is running He's not doing, but he's in a square. So you mean to tell me he can run around that square for 12 rounds and guys can't hit him? Let that soak in, man. It's 4 of y'all over here. Hopefully that soaks in, man. Let that soak in, man. Let that soak in. But yeah, 12 o'clock and about, it would take 52 minutes. These guys will be on Millie City. What time? How much time? Oh, man, yeah, I've been in here for over a half hour already. I don't know if I'm going to stay on that long. Because if I do stay on that long, I'll, do some. I'll finesse it somehow. Maybe I'll play a little bit of the audio over here. Speaking of that, let me charge this up now. Look, you know how prepared I am now? Look, I am like, yo, shout out to my babies. They no longer come in here with me, but they got me situated. Remember when I first started, my kids was my assistants, man. They have since grown up. Well, they're growing. They haven't grown up, but they're growing. They do other things now. They no longer come with me anymore, right? But remember when we first started, they were my assistants. They used to help me set up and all of that. Now I don't have that, man. I do not have that, man. But I want to get to something else, and I'm going to get back on this. So shout out to my guy, Evans. Evans Tubler, Fitness by Tubler, former strength and conditioning coach of Regis Progress, sent me something, right? Let me go over here to it. Now he's making his play to possibly try to work with Martin Bacoli, right? Martin Bacoli, right? Now, damn, where is it? I shared this shit. Here it is right here, okay. So he was on a show recently, right? This is it right here. Can y'all see it? Yes, y'all can see it. So he was recently on a show. And
Evans Tobler wants to train Martin Bacoli and believes he can improve him and help him become the heavyweight champion.
I want to get me a heavyweight, man. I like that big Bacoli, too.
Yeah?
Oh, my God.
So Bacoli, he actually, one of my fighters spars with him.
Really?
Yeah. So I know where he spars and where he trains, yeah.
Big, giant, real mild mannered. He'd knock your head off.
That won't be an impossible thing to get you to.
I'd love to work with Bacoli. Give me that heavyweight.
There you go.
Bacoli, I'm coming after you. I got a plan for you, champ. Because you could be the heavyweight champ of the world. You can beat Tyson Fury. You can beat UC. I like Anthony Joshua, too. I really like Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to mention that, but you could be champion.
Now, that was my guy, Evans Tubler, Fitness by Tubler, right? So, he was recently interviewed and he said that he wanted to work with Martin Bacoli. You see, Martin Bacoli's current strength and conditioning coach commented, other people commented, right? But somebody else commented, and I'm going to share this real quick. And I could not believe this. I could not believe this. I was rather surprised. Right? That's my inbox. Over to my inbox. All right, make sure you guys can see that. I want to blow it up. Let me get off the screen so I'll blow it up. Now, if you look at this comment, this is the video. I just played the video. That is Regis Progress. Now, don't ask me where I got this from, but just know I got it. I'm a journalist, too, at the end of the day. But look what Regis commented. Look what Regis commented, man. Now, Regis, you no longer work with the man, right? You guys worked together for 20 plus something fights. Regis comments, and I read, don't do it. He will ruin your career. He will ruin your career. Now, this is a guy that used to work with Regis, right? Up until this last fight. Regis is a two-time 140-pound champion. I think he might have, what, 2 or 3 losses. 2 or 3 losses. This was his strength and conditioning coach that he is telling another fighter who he is trying to campaign his services for that he will ruin his career. That is kind of, not only is it shady, to me, and I say this respectfully, I had Regis on my show a couple times because of Evans Tubler. Evans Tubler made that happen for me. So to see Regis say that about him now, and like I said, you were a 2-time champion with this man. Did he ruin your career? You only have 3 losses. So did he ruin your career as a 2-time champion? With losses to Devin Haney, right? You lost to Devin. You also lost in a undisputed or possible undisputed unification to damn, I'm drawing a blank, but y'all know who it is. Tiafimo beat him, man. Tiafimo beat the guy, man. Damn, hold on, let me put my phone right here. I'm drawing a blank. I'll pull it up right now. Hold on, man. He lost to Jack Catterall too. But the guy Josh Taylor, there we go. I know I'll get it. So Devin Haney, right? Former undisputed champion you lost to. This is Regis we're talking about now. Josh Taylor, undisputed guy, right? At 140. And Jack Catterall. I think those are Regis's losses, right? So Regis said that Coach Tubler will ruin Martin Bacoli's career. So you have 3 losses. One to undisputed champion at 135, undisputed champion at 140, and Jack Catterall. Evans Tubler was with you, a part of your team in camp for all of these fights, these 3 losses, as well as you becoming a 2-time champion. But yet, your thing is that he's going to ruin Martin Bacoli. And I guess when you do break up with guys or no longer work with them, this is how they do you. I guess those interviews that Coach Tubler has done, and the fact that he's mentioning the fact that he wasn't paid what he was owed, really, and he's telling his side of the story, is getting to Regis, because Regis, and this is Regis, man. You see the check mark commented, "Don't do it. He will ruin your career." Now, don't ask me where I got that from, but I got it. That comment is not over there. I just looked at the post. When I got that, because I was like, I wanted to make sure before I spoke on this, because I'm like, man, that's unprofessional to say the least. And it's shady, but this is the game that we're in. Because remember, I had something similar. I had guys that I have helped, right? I had guys that I have helped build, do a lot of things for behind the scenes, do me the same way. But they did me kind of, I think, to be honest,
Is Harlem in the...
They did me worse, respectfully. Because where I'm at now, what I'm doing now, I should have been doing out the gate. But these people did it to me when they thought I was just going to be some YouTuber, or I was trying to be like a Ellie Setback. And because a lot of these guys, that's why I said this boxing shit to me is smoke and mirrors. Anybody in media or media personality can be big. It's all about who co-signs you, who's willing to endorse you. Because if the right people endorse you, you see, you can get all the interviews, right? Whether your content is fire or not. You're gonna get the interviews, people are gonna pull up to your show as far as interviews and shit, right? And it works both ways, because if people and look, my guy's gonna be upset with me saying this, right? I had an interview lined up with Bernie the Boxer. I didn't really talk on it, but I'm gonna talk on it now. Bernie the Boxer stiffed me, right? But I know why he stiffed me, because shit like this. People make calls behind the scenes. They do sucker shit, bitch ass nigga shit, like I like to say. So I had an interview lined up with Bernie. Bernie didn't come because of these dudes do shit like that. That's how this game is set up. But me, as somebody that this was never going to be my ceiling, right? Shout out to Fred Moore. Fred Moore said, I'm taking it to the ceiling. Being a YouTube content creator, a media personality was never going to be my ceiling in boxing. Because I knew about these type of things from my Jackal Fitness days. I knew how dudes, and I don't roll like that. I don't move like that. Like what Regis just did and what other people do, right? If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. But I'm not gonna tell somebody not to fuck with you. I'm just gonna do me. See, a lot of you guys, like I said, y'all have that bitch assness in you. You have that sucker shit in you. And then you sit online and you act like you're real. Like, no, there's nothing real about being what we like to call dry haters and gatekeepers. But that's gatekeeping shit. Just because you have an issue with me, or you don't like me, or you don't fuck with me, or you don't like what I do, don't go and tell the next person that never had no type of dealings with me how you feel about me and not to fuck with me. That's whole ass sucker shit. And boxing, but life period, is too much of that. And boxing, the entertainment industry, life is too much of that, man. Gatekeeping and dry hating. But boxing now, that shit is like around, YouTube especially, but in boxing now, this shit is like at an all-time high, man. It's at an all-time high, and it's disgusting. Because just because you don't fuck with somebody, that's your, and these guys, like I said, for Regis to say that about Tubler after over 20-something fights and 2 world championships is disgusting. It's like my man would say, musty energy. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. It kind of, what it kind of reminds me of, right? And I say this respectfully. It reminds me of the Deontay Wilder, Mitch Breland, Mark Breland shit. I always call him Uncle Mitch. Mark Breland, man. Like, that shit is nasty work. Like, when you guys have a lot of success together and then, shit goes left, right? Let it go left, man. Like, don't start no bullshit, because that's bullshit, right? Fucking Deontay Wilder did that with Mark Breland. Like, bro, you guys were too successful. And look what happened to him, right? I'm telling you, whenever you do foul shit to people, it never works out for you. Like, Deontay Wilder shitted on Mark Breland. And his career went like this. He got with old Uncle Fester, Freaky Leaky, right? Nigga, shit went like this, man. Like this. Right now, had he just, fired Mark Breland and, they went about, Mark went this way, he went that way, I don't think his career probably would have never went like that. But Khan was undefeated. You fired Mark Breland and then you shitted on him. Like, you made it say, oh, he poisoned me. He did this, he did that. Like, and look what happened. Or you been after that Wilder done got knocked out. He out here doing spin moves and all that. Did Freaky Leaky poison you? Did he poison you? Because you was out there, you was dancing Saturday Night Fever. Did he poison you? So I just hate to see this shit with Regis and Evans, man. And I was surprised when I seen that comment, man. I'm like, yo, why would you comment that? Oh, he's gonna ruin your career. You know, sad, man. It's just sad. Chucking the job, what's going on, good brother? As you can see, we are still cooking up, man. Appreciate that like. I bet you that was you. You know, people been in and out over here. They ain't hit the light button once. You know why? Look at the setting. Look at the setup, man. It's too much. It's too much for these guys, man. But yeah, in about 12 o'clock, Floyd Schofield Sr. and Jr. will be on Millie City. Hopefully Millie City doesn't be on this Hollywood corny shit. And he'd be like, yo, what is this? Are you guys ask the real questions, be like, ask the number one question he should ask, and I'm probably gonna jump in the chat over there, even though they'll probably try to ignore my comment. But I'm gonna definitely jump in that chat and be like, yo, is Oscar blocking the fight? That's a question I'm gonna leave. Matter of fact, let me see if his shit is up already. If his shit is up, if it's up, right, I'm gonna leave that comment right now. I say, is he blocking the fight? You guys are independent contractors. He's not the one that gave you the offer. Let me see. I'm gonna leave that comment right off the bat. Shout out to 4X, right? Off the bat. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm leaving it right here. Right here. I'm leaving the comment right now. Yeah, there we go. I left a comment right off the bat. But let me show y'all too. There's a kid, they try to ignore my shit, right? You see that comment? Because these guys be acting like they be ignoring. They be acting like they be ignoring my stuff. I left a comment right off the bat. So even if I don't get over there at 12 o'clock, that comment is up there. We want to know. But you know what I'm going to do, right? I've been on for quite some time. If anybody wants to come up and pull up over here, look, I will put the link out real quick. Because I don't plan on staying on much longer. But here is the link. If you want to come on, you have any questions for me, that is the link. Because I pretty much touched my topics, right? If you want to come on, right, I'm chilling. I put in my time today, right? You know, I think, what is that called? I held up my end of the bargain. I came in today, right? I came in, you know. Let me see if my guy, Christopher's out there on the West Coast, but the link is right there. You know, I dropped that fire already. Like my guy said, I'll be breathing. I'm a dragon, right? I dropped the fire, right? I want to see, me and my daughter, right? Not for nothing. I want to go back to Wings and Things. We went to Wings and Things. We came back. And I stopped at Wings and Things just because I don't really want no more. I don't want no more. Appreciate that, Chuck and Java. I don't want no more turkey, man. I'm turkey done already, man. I know some of y'all can just eat Thanksgiving leftovers for days on days. Nah, man, I'm done already. I was done yesterday. You know, because depending on how you rock and roll on your Thanksgiving, right? If you go to a couple people's houses, it's like, yo, that shit. I got a taste for something else already, man. You know, I was seeing people loading up trays and shit, right? They was just going ham. I'm like, man, I would have did that shit for my dogs. I'll probably give them a little something later on. You know, a little something. But as far as me, I think I'm gonna take it back to wings and things today. Wings and things. Shout out to Hempstead, Long Island. Wings and things got some of the best fruit punch. They got some good food, man. When me and Coach Green got back on Wednesday, I stopped over there. I haven't been over there in years. I remember, I'm gonna share a quick story, right? Back in the day, we all have these back in the day stories. But back in the day when I was a hustler and I used to blow the block up, right? I used to blow the block up. We used to blow it up, right? And I used to be like, yo, it's hot, man. You know, when it gets hot, I used to load the guys up, right? That's how I used to feed the hood, man. I load the guys up. We all eat together. I'd be like, yo, man, it's hot. We was sitting out here. We was killing it. We can't sit out here all day. You know, hustlers know, right? Real hustlers. If you out there on the block and you killing the block and you doing illegal activities, you got to respect the police, right? As long as you respect the police, they're going to fuck with you, but they're not going to fuck with you, right? If you sitting out there making money in their face all day, they're going to start fucking with you. So what you do is you got to know how to get low on them, right? So we used to get low. When I used to load the guys up, yeah, we would go to wings and things out there in Hempstead. We would hit Hempstead up, and man, we would feast, right? And me and Coach Green stopped over there, and I was telling Coach Green, I was like, yo, Coach Green, you don't know. You know, they got some good food here. Good mac and cheese, yams. See, yo, shout out to the Spanish people. They were smart. They took it over, right? Because wings and things used to be like, it still is a soul food spot. But the Spanish people own the shit now. They took it over, but they were smart. They didn't change the menu. They did not change the menu. They kept the menu the same. They did. They kept the menu the same, and the food is still the same. Their fruit punch is like a Kool-Aid fruit punch. It's still good. They still got all the wingettes and the good foods, the ribs, the barbecue. You know, so shout out to them. I might go hit up wings and things again, man. Me and Coach Green hit that up on Wednesday. You know, they got some good cornbread and all that, man. Because I don't want no more Thanksgiving food, man. Yo, M Killer, you want to come up? I'm over here. You probably don't want to come up. I know you don't want to come up because your man that you be robbing for, he got you looking real suspect out here, man. EJ got you looking suspect, player. But the link is over here on the StreamYard if you want to pull up, man. You know, I'll probably be on for about another 15, 20 minutes. I'm interested in hearing what Millie City got to say. I want to see that shit almost slipped out of my mouth. I'm interested to see what Floyd Schofield Sr. and Jr. got to say, man. Because Oscar shitted on their fight, but he cannot block their fight. And Shakur Stevenson said they did a publicity stunt, so we're going to see. Millie City is going live at midday, noon. We shall see. Hopefully, you know what? Listen, I'm going to do a reaction to that because I'm not going to stay on. I can't stay here till 12:30, but I feel like getting out of here, man. I feel like getting out of here. You know me. Even though I'm not doing no Insta today, I just, you know, I'm a type that I want to go binge watch these shows today, man. I want to binge watch. I watched a couple episodes last night. There's 2 seasons of the Lord of the Rings thing, the Power Ring or whatever it's called. It's called something. He said, I know this was going to happen. LOL. They not fighting. It was all a bluff. Damn. You think so, Killer? I hope not, man. Why? Listen, why would they leave that money on the table? Yo, Killer, that's a lot of money to leave on the table, man. Like, he's not gonna get that type of bread, man. Fuck it. If you lose, you lose. You're 22 years old. You could always bounce back. That's a lot of money to leave on the table, man. That's a lot of money, man. You know? I think I see it different. I see it different, especially if you're out here campaigning. They was campaigning for that fight, man. They was telling spar stories and like, you gotta fight, brother. Shakur Stevenson is not even a boogeyman type, but y'all making him look like the boogeyman right now, man. Y'all making him look like the boogeyman. That's crazy, though, man. Shakur out here looking like the boogeyman. I know he's from Newark. Newark is a rough city, man. Newark is, but my man is from Brooklyn. Floyd Schofield Sr. is from Brooklyn, man. You giving Brooklyn a bad name right now, man. You out here selling wolf tickets? Look, he was selling wolf tickets. He didn't have the right slip. Look, he didn't have a proper slip. He was selling wolf tickets. He said Oscar did have a point, though. He didn't have no point, man. See, you got in here late, brother. He didn't have no point. Like, at the end of the day, Oscar De La Hoya fought who? Fernando Vargas. Remember, Fernando Vargas wasn't ready. So what is his point? What is his point? The only point he had is, and I don't want to make it seem like it's a black thing, but the only point he had is he doesn't want to see these two black dudes get money together. That's it. That's the only point. Because the offer's not coming from De La Hoya. The offer came from Shakur and his team and his people, right? Now that offer is probably more money than Kid Austin has ever seen from a De La Hoya offer or a De La Hoya fight. That's the only point. But, I'll break that down at another time. Right? That's all that's about, too. That's what these guys be doing, right? Nobody wants to talk about that, but you know why nobody wants to talk about that? Because a lot of the guys that sit around here and talk this shit, they not real players. They don't know about that, man. They don't know about that. They know what they're programmed to listen to, and they know who they're programmed to listen to. But that's what it really is too. Because if you notice, right, when the initial deal or offer was sent, and what's the name of them jumped out there on these platforms, the Boxing Voice, and Cigar Talk TV, right? They was like, yo, the fight is done. We can't announce it yet. So that let me know right there, as somebody that's in the game, I'm in the game. Fuck what these niggas talk about or act like I'm in the game. That let me know right there, whatever that offer was, they did not feel like it was undervalued. They was comfortable enough with the terms of the offer, the money, right? Because when they went on those interviews, Cigar Talking to Boxing, they could have been like Brian Norman Sr. They could have been like AC Adrian Clark. They could have been like, no, he lowballed us. We didn't hear none of that. We didn't hear none of that. See, I'm somebody that's here. So I knew right then off the bat, shout out to 4X, off the bat, I said, oh, they like what they seeing. They like what they seeing. But hey, what do I know, right? What you say, Killer? He said, you think it's the money? Is this? No, I think it's what Oscar said. Oscar knows his guy's not ready. Oscar knows that Kid Austin is not on that level. Oscar knows that Kid Austin is his product, respectfully, right? And they have a plan, and they have what they're trying to do with him. And they know that Shakur Stevenson is not only going to embarrass him, right? But it's going to make it seem like, damn. See, it's going to be Frank Martin, Gervonta Davis type shit, right? Before Frank Martin fought Gervonta Tank Davis, Man Down Promotions, Earl Spence, Derrick James, and them Smoke and Mirrors had the media, fans thinking that Frank Martin was like that he was a killer. matchmaking, moving and grooving, right? He got in there with Tank Davis and hit the ceiling. He's just now coming down from the ceiling, right? But he was not on Tank's level, not even close. Tank told us this. I said it. A lot of other people said it. He had no business being in the ring with him. He wasn't ready. But when you are programmed to think that fighters are more than what they are, more than meets the odds, G.I. Joe, right? When you're programmed to think that, and then they're not like that, it makes you look bad as the promoter, as the manager, as somebody that is a part of the team or an advisor. That is why now I'm going to use my guy, right? Jihad Tucker, right? I be popping it, they said, Bill Haney said, because everything that I said about Jihad, he has lived up to, right? We fought a top 5 guy when he was 20 years old to a draw. Some people said we won that fight, right? A lot of these other guys haven't even fought half the competition. Olympians, right? The Skeptavilli guy, right? These are guys that Jihad has fought. And I told people, right, before the fights, what was going to happen because I was confident and I knew. Now, other matchmakers and advisors and people that was in the game thought we was biting off more than we could chew because they are so used to programming and manufacturing and moving fighters. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know, man? Man, you guys, nobody clicked the link, man. I'm shutting down in 3 minutes. I'm over my hour. My hour's coming up, man. I'm about to get up out of here. But I gave y'all the hour. You got a little more over an hour on the behind the scenes, right? This was a fire show, man. We broke down some stuff for y'all, man, right? We don't listen. Now I'm going to have a little bit of fun with these last 3 minutes. I don't sit here indulging in shit that's going to have me looking loopy and goofy. Now, other guys do those things, right? And then when people click their link, it turns into a flop show, right? You are more than welcome to click my link with questions and comments. I'm here, right? But as far as all that sitting around all day long and, having a sweet dick Willie in the guys conversation, I don't do all that, man. I don't do all that. I'm one of like the homie right here. Check the vibes out, right? We're gonna have some fun now, right? Did y'all see the shorts that I posted? I was in my bag. I posted some fire shorts, right? Man. We all have the same 24 hours, man. Some of y'all ain't doing nothing with y'all 24 hours, right? Yo, and check this out. Yesterday was the day to be sitting around, right? Because that's you're with family, you're eating. You know why a lot of you guys didn't do that? Because you wasn't eating. Yeah, I know. Y'all wasn't rocking and rolling, man. Yesterday was the day to be doing the 7-hour lives and all of that, man. That was the day. Everybody was at the crib eating, enjoying family and all that. Those were the days to be online. I was trying to give y'all one. But I got so caught up in doing my Instacart thing because remember, all the stores shut down early yesterday. Then I ate. I was so comfortable eating, and I started watching that fucking Lord of the Rings shit. Because I was gonna do it. I was gonna go live all day long yesterday because I don't drink, right? And that would have been a way for me to get away from the liquor. Because the holidays, everybody's drinking, they're having a good time. I haven't had a drink in almost close to 2 years. Now I don't rain on nobody's parade and all that. I just don't choose to be around it. So I would have isolated and went live. But I didn't get a chance to do it like that, man.
Crawl out, push up, touch the shoulder, push up, touch the shoulder.
I didn't get a chance to do it. But look, what I'm going to do right now is throw this up. I'm going to go over here to my page. Yes, my channel. Look, I want y'all to catch this. Bang, off the bat. And shout out to Sugar, the pimp, right? He dropped some gems, man. I was walking my dogs. I'm telling you, I'm getting nice. I got a team now, man. I'm getting nice, right? This is for all you players that sit around with no motion.
So you got motherfuckers out here who can walk, talk, see, hear, and all that shit and still fucking nuts. Had the same amount of time in a day as Michael Jackson, but chose to be nobody.
Chose to be nobody, man.
Hey, that was powerful right there.
Yo, make sure you utilize your 24, man. Shout out to the pimp player. Heard we said we all got the same time. See, some of us utilize ours, others don't. Yo, if you just sitting around with your 24 and you not making it happen,
some of y'all sitting around with your 24, man.
All. You damn sure can't be mad when the players come on and they talk about their stats,
man,
and the things that they doing when they moving and grooving. But hey, what do I know?
So you got motherfuckers out here who
have
walk, talk,
options,
see,
right?
hear, and all that shit and still.
Right. Well, yo, check that out, right? He dropped the gem right there, man. He dropped the gem, man. Everybody has the same 24 hours, right? And then I had to throw my gem on there. You know, I'm pimpish too. I pop my collar too, right? Listen, if I do things, right? Shout out to my man M Killer over there. If I do things in boxing, whether it is media, marketing, management, and I come online on my channel that everybody else has channels, and I talk my source or I show my stats, right? That is because I put in the work in my 24 hours to do these things. Whether it is go to a fight, whether it is cover a fight card, whether it is be behind the scenes, whether it is being in the locker room, whether it is being a part of the celebration. So when I come online and I show these things, right, you can't be mad at me because the things that you're showing is you sitting in a room, getting drunk, getting high, doing absolutely nothing, being a nobody. We all have the same 24 hours. Like the homie M. Keller said right there, you do have options. What you do with your options and I do with my options, that's on you. But don't be mad at me when I come on and I show what I did with my options and I show how I'm getting to it with my options, right? Yo, look, that Instacart ain't looking so crazy no more, right? That Instacart ain't looking so crazy no more. You know, you do have options. This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? Hopefully, y'all all get to your options, man. And if you are in the game, really in the game, but you hating on the players that's in the game, are you really in the game? Or are you just on the sideline watching the niggas in the game, hating on the players that's in the game? Hopefully, y'all caught that sort. Yes, we are wrapping it up, man. Everybody have a good one, right? Have a good one. I'm feeling good today. Yes, I'm feeling good today.
Hey, video, let's go.
You know the vibes. Who is the hot tucker? You know the vibes. Yo, what I told Mom, he's getting the knockouts, right? He's getting the knockouts tonight. Get high. That's right, man. You know the vibes. Yeah.
Hey, you guys. A shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast. You guys enjoy it. It's a good one.
Yes, enjoy it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimuhelua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.